Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So today I'm using a different resin and it's a rather new resin for me. It's the Artline Extra Honey. It's a high viscosity resin and it's meant to be very perfect for 3D blooms. So of course I'm testing it and see if I can achieve a 3D bloom. The challenge now is I didn't want to use white. So I decided to use a metal powder, a silver powder. And with silver, I think I'm rather safe because this silver is always floating on top of your resin piece. Of course, I'm not always sure if it really works like I have on my mind. But yeah, if I don't give it a go, I never know. Anyway, you saw me taking a scoop each. I have in each cup 20 grams of resin. And here in the first cup, I add some drops of the alcohol inks from Octopus Fluid. And it's the Lagoon. It's a beautiful blue tone. And the second color is the honey. It's also very goldenish yellow tone. Really love this, very warm tone. So, and now I just mix and see if I get this little bit of silver bluish shading, and the second one will be like a silver goldenish shade, but you can see it's already changing the color very nicely and I really like it. But I think I'm gonna make it a little bit more intensive, but first let me just stir everything very good, very properly, but I already like this metal sheen of this color. And the same here for my yellowish, but here you cannot see it too well because the yellow is a rather soft color. So I'm also adding a little bit more of both colors into both cups. So you see me there adding some more drops. I don't actually know how many drops I took. I just placed as much drop till I was happy with the color of my 2 cups. So again, I need to stir this very well, but I think I'm quite happy with this color. It's beautiful, isn't it? So you can achieve your own metal color this way. You know, just take your silver, add some drops, some resin inks, some alcohol inks, whatever you got to hand. I'm using now alcohol inks, and then you can continue. Anyway, there's now my mold. I'm using the S size, the disc mold from MoldsandShapes. And yeah, I'm just placing the rest of my resin into the cup. I'm not sure how much resin I mixed up. I think in total it was maybe 120 grams roundabout. I just have my mold filled halfway because it's gonna get a bagging also. Anyway, so there's still some bubbles left and I'm taking the heat gun just to pop the bubbles so my resin is rather clear. It's important because when you have those little air bubbles or those micro bubbles, yeah, your resin might not move as nicely, especially if you are using white. Then you have this few dots sometimes in your resin piece, or yeah, the white is not working properly. With the metal colors, I don't know if these micro bubbles do so much harm. I never had it so far, but it's better safe than sorry. Just make sure that you get your resin as clear as possible without any bubbles when you do the 3D bloom. Anyway, so I'm starting pouring my colors very soon. I just give them a final mix. Take my popsicle stick out, and then I'm starting with the goldenish silver, I say, and I'm just going with the spiral, just something very simple. And you can see I'm taking my time and hopefully I get it as accurate as possible Sometimes it's not possible because your hand is not always so quiet and so calm, but it's okay. So this is my first color placed, and then I'm taking my bluish silver, which I think it's a very gorgeous color. I really like it. There I'm just smoothing out my beginning a little bit, and then on top I'm pouring my bluish color. Actually, I try to be in between the lines. You see it, but it's not always possible. So, like I said, I try to be as accurate as possible. So, and I think it's already looking very amazing from the colors, the two colors. Very different from a normal bloom, I think. And yeah, then I will be shaping my flower very soon. I've done flowers using metal powder already many years ago because I thought it's fascinating just to use these metal colors without any white. And I thought this time, yeah, why not do this again? Why not color your silver? And yeah, I think I achieved some awesome color. And now I'm just making a normal bloom. Like you see, I'm going from the outside to the inside. I try not to put my dotting tool right into the center. I just stop a little bit. You see it, a little bit before the center. And now again, so I have 8 petals in total, putting my stick through. And you see, I'm really not rushing. I just take my time because, you know, I want to be as accurate as possible. And the resin is already quite thick, as you can see, which I like. And now I just take my dotting tool, pulling my stick from the inside to the outside. And also here, I'm not going right from the center, just a little bit above. And what works very well for me when I'm making these lines always opposite from each other, I think that I get a more, how do you say this? I don't know, a more, the design stays more. I'm lost in my English, I'm sorry. I lost the word I wanted to use. Sometimes it happens, you know, when you are not a native speaker, but I hope it's okay. So my flower is done, and I just give it a very slightly swirl, just a little bit around, not really a very swirl like I would do normally, because I want to put some glass stones in this little hole, and I have here some teal colored glass stones, and they are like a silver teal color, and I really like them, and I thought they are matching perfectly. And you see, I'm only using ever so slightly amount of those stones, and just work them into the center, and then I just let my resin work. And now this is after half an hour or something. No, not even half an hour. It was after 10 minutes. Sorry. This was after 10 minutes. And you see what the resin did. It was still working a little bit. So I hope that also the inner petals would close. But I think it's already looking very amazing. And also much very much different from when you use white. So it's always interesting to try something different. Anyway, now you see how everything closed down. It's looking completely different. And I've mixed some colors, and I'm using the nude. This is a color from Craftsman Store. I mixed some carrot sand from Colorberry, and I mixed some white pigment drops. So I'm starting with my white. I'm just going around because I wanted to have originally a sort of Bridgerton look, because I like the colors in this series. I think they have the most beautiful color combinations, and I hope to achieve a little bit of their style here, but I'm not quite sure if I succeeded at the end, but the result is ever so stunning. I can already say this to you. So I'm altering my colors, trying to pour from the edge of the mold, using white, using the nude, using the sun color, and I'm just going on like this till my mold is full. Again, the nude, on top the sand color, and then some white again, and then I have some white left, and I just put it into the center because it's only the bagging, it's only, yeah, my back color, and I'm really hoping that I get some nice color shading at the back side where I have my open space, where I have my negative space. So let's wait and see. I'm just using up all the colors I have till my mold is full, and then I just let the resin work a little bit and see what it does. Anyway, this is the next day I can demold. I'm very curious. And you see my mold was not 100% full, but this no problem. You can always trim the edges off, and then you have a nice smooth edge. So my mold is already a little bit older. That's why it's looking like this on the other side. But let's have a look. And look at this bloom. And it's only metal color using alcohol inks as well. And look at the shadings and look at the sheen of the silver. I'm really in love, and I love the background. I wonder what you think. It turned out a little bit more soft pink. Yeah, but I really like the color combination. I think it's very beautiful, and I think the bloom looks amazing. It's completely different than using white, of course, but look at this. I'm so happy with this pour that it worked, and I think it looks very delicate. Just love it. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you think about it. I'm very curious, and I hope I could inspire you, and yeah, wishing you a nice rest of the day or the evening. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.